Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, September 5th, 2020. For me, day number 179 of social distancing. As always, I hope your family, friends, loved ones are doing well and staying home, staying safe. For me, this week was pretty much the same as last week health-wise. I'm dealing with joint pain this morning. It's in my elbows, as well as my hands, and last night I had to wear some arthritic gloves to help with that. Yes, it's pretty painful. And also, suffering from lack of sleep, which of course leads to being fatigued throughout the day. And I think a lot of that has to do with not being able to find a comfortable position sleeping, and that could be the bed that I'm in. But I've always had the problem, so maybe I need to look at investing in getting a better bed later down the road. I can't really focus on that right now. I've got too many outstanding medical bills to pay, and I'm trying to get my student loan debt paid down as much as I can while we have the deferred payments due to COVID. So looking back at this week, it was a lot of work. Thursday, at the last minute, I found out, actually on Wednesday, I found out at the last minute I was going to be teaching a class on Thursday that I hadn't taught in a couple of years. It was before I had the illness that I taught this class, so I didn't have anything prepared. Put together a little bit of information and things the morning of that I had to teach the class, and taught it with two other colleagues, but I was the lead. And so it went well. It definitely, I could definitely tell I was out of practice, but the biggest thing was connecting. And that could be one of the harder things to figure out. I'm not a teacher, but it is part of my job. And so that went well. Teaching virtually is a little bit different, and actually I think it's going to make me a better teacher when I'm back in the physical realm, physical settings, and I have to teach these courses. I think I'm able to connect better because of this. It's more of a relaxed environment, being at home, of course. But when I go back to the office and I'm in the training room, I'll be able to easily just fall back into that environment, but also be a little bit more relaxed. And so that went well. And then Friday I had another class where I was co-teacher. I didn't have to leave this one, and we had about 50 people in there, roughly 50 people in there, and that went well. So a lot of teaching, a lot of work, and just once again trying to find my balance, trying to find really my confidence, because I lost a lot of confidence after being hospitalized and losing all that weight, and going back to a position that I once worked. So I'm not taking a step back career-wise. Well, yeah, actually it is taking a step back career-wise, but not knowing what I want to do 5-10 years from now with my career. I definitely want to retire at some point, so I've got to keep that in mind. So I'm looking at possibly 20-25 years of employment left. So anyway, just got a lot of planning, a lot of thinking to do. Time is of the essence. I want to work on my credentials, so I'm taking industry exams and whatnot, and just really seeing what I have to do in order to have a long and fulfilling career. So next week I will be going to my storage unit, which I need to fill out paperwork and secure it. But then the week following after that is when I'm actually going to have my stuff moved into storage. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I moved from out west to back east, back to my hometown, and all my stuff has been in storage since last year. So last year in August when I moved. Got a little indigestion, and so all my stuff has been in like a pod unit, and I hadn't touched it in a year. I thought that I'd be moving out this summer actually, but due to COVID, as well as actually being hospitalized in February, it just really set me back financially, and just not taking a chance health-wise to make a big move. So when I have my stuff moved to the storage unit, I've got movers that'll be doing that, and I'm just gonna stay away, kind of monitor what's going on, but stay safe. Hopefully it won't take but a couple hours to get that stuff moved into the unit, but at least I have my stuff in a place where I'll be able to go to and and see what I have. But because I ain't touched a lot of the stuff, I'm looking at selling a lot of this stuff. Yeah, I've watched the documentary. You've probably seen it. It's on Netflix. It's called Minimalism, Living on Less. There are some things that I've acquired in the last year that pretty much I only used for work purposes and actually for blogging. So anything that's in that unit, I'm going to go through. Mostly books. I have lots of books that are in that unit, as well as some of the personal items that I need to sort through, financial documents and things that I'm going to look at. But I'm going to look at making some big changes and not having so much, because I've moved around quite a bit and it's just baggage. So I need to kind of downsize it in that regard. So that's what I'll be doing the next few weeks, is focusing on getting my things taken care of, situated. So I was thinking about my medical bill. So this year, last year and this year, I've met my out-of-pocket maximum. So thousands of dollars spent that I was not anticipating and financially not ready for. But it looks like at the beginning of next year, maybe February or March, I would have had all my bills paid for this year, which is great. But the problem is that I need to start saving for my deductible beginning in January of next year. As you all know, if you have health insurance, your deductible resets every year, your out-of-pocket maximum. So even though I spent my out-of-pocket maximum this year, I would have to I would have to at least spend my deductible so that the insurance will kick in and pay 90% of my health expenses. So what's included in that deductible are medical expenses. So it's going to be my doctor's appointments in particular, labs, and also what's included in deductible are the medication. So the combination of the two. So and my medications can be expensive. So I imagine I'm going to meet my deductible fairly soon in a year. What I wanted to do was actually save up enough to at least have a buffer for that deductible, and then hopefully not going to have any medical crisis, have to go to the hospital or anything like that, and experience what I have in the past 2 years and a couple of months, because I met my deductible in 2018 as well. So just financial hits after hit after hit. I'm not going to go too much into that, but and I was saying also student loans. So since I'm not sure what month, it might have been April, that they decided to put a pause to student loan payments. Like I said, I forget the month. I've kept paying mine, and I paid off, I want to say maybe one loan. Yeah, I paid off one loan. I'm about to pay off a second loan, and then I'm going to focus on dumping money into the highest loan I have left for the remainder of the year, to kind of take advantage of this time and be able to pay down the student loans. Student loans are a scam. If I could do it all over again, I would have went to a 2-year community college and then finished up at a 4-year university. But you know what you know, and hindsight's 2020. Just gave you the promissory paperwork, so sign here, and you're like, okay, not thinking what the ramifications would be 20 years down the road after you finish college. And it's like, if I had known this, if that was explained in more detail, maybe if they had a class in high school that was a semester that said, okay, let's take a look at the finances and how interest works, and how if you took out a loan now, how long is it going to take to pay that loan back? What are ramifications of that? Will you be able to buy a home in a short period of time? Do you need to stay home to pay those loans back? Stuff like that. That stuff wasn't talked about. And if I ever have kids, that's definitely something I'm going to talk to them about. We're going to look at it seriously. We're going to break it down, and I'm going to create a folder for them and say, okay, so you took out a loan this year. Now you have $15,000 in loans, and the career you're talking about going into, this is going to be your beginning salary. All right, let's take a look and see if we can kind of guesstimate what it's going to look like. Okay, so you may want to consider staying home for a couple of years, which you might have to prolong being married, or forego being married for a while. Those type of decisions. So, it's just a lot to think about before you take out that loan. And anyway, I'm not going to belabor that. What I wanted to talk about, and this is not really a video with a lot of meat to it, but I'm going to talk about my plans for the vlogs, and I've kind of brought this up in the past as to what I want to do, but kind of want to give you a concrete idea as to how I want to do this. So with YouTube, you're able to create playlists. I'm going to have a separate playlist for it, of course, health, in particular lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and resources you'll be able to easily go to and say, okay, I want to watch this video. What is lupus? What is rheumatoid arthritis? Where can I go to find information about this? So, when somebody comes across these videos in the future, they'll be able to just find that information easily. The other one's going to be about health insurance, how to better understand it, other videos pertaining to that, how to research your own explanation of benefits, understand the deductibles, co-insurance, out-of-pocket maximums, in-network, out-of-network, how to find your providers and everything, how to organize your own emergency list and all those things. So it's going to be a playlist devoted to that. I'm also going to have a playlist devoted to my own personal interests. I was a musician. I still love music. I haven't really listened to a lot of it lately, but I want to get back into that. And I think playing trumpet for me is out of the question because of the pain. I tried to do it last December, I want to say, and I had to call off from work because I was in so much pain. The next day, my whole body was wrecked. So that might be out of the question. I'm going to see if there's any other instruments I can play. I'm going to try to get back into keyboard and see if there's something I can do. But anyway, that's going to be, so those are going to be some of the playlists, and that's pretty much going to be it. Unless I make a decision, just do some random stuff. I have no idea. There's no rule book, no guidebook to this. I'm just doing it, and hopefully, like I said, one person who needs the help, who needs the inspiration and motivation to live with a chronic illness, they will see this and say, you know what, I think if he can do it, I could do it. So that's all that matters. So anyway, if you made it this far, thank you, and I'm going to ask that if you want to, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I won't see you in the next video, but hopefully you'll see me in the next video. And meanwhile, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Is she an angel? She's a miracle.